Hi, this is Pat Galanfi with Attention Central Texas, and today we have a special guest, Mike Hauser, correct?
Correct.
Mike Hauser with Healing Waters Fly Fishing Ministry. Is that is it a ministry or?
No. Well, I like to think of it as a ministry, but
everything we do is a ministry once we say yes to Jesus, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a nonprofit organization, so it's got a national headquarters just outside D.C. and basically started about 2005. A retired Navy captain, Ed Nicholson, was visiting the VA in Bethesda, getting some of his own stuff taken care of, but he started dealing with a lot of the Iraqi and Afghanistan veterans who were coming back with some pretty severe both physical and mental disabilities. And after visiting with them a while, he realized that he had a solution for some of their challenges, which was fly fishing. So he started introducing them. He was taking disabled veterans from the VA facility there, out fly fishing, and in the process he was teaching them both how to tie flies, build rods, and then the actual sport of fly fishing.
Right.
And it grew so successful at the Bethesda VA that the VA got interested in supporting it, and we've been part of, I shouldn't say part of, but we are part of their volunteer board.
Okay.
So we've got a seat on the volunteer board for the veterans
This almost
administration.
sounds like nationwide.
It is. It started with the one program in Bethesda in 2005. 15 years later, we have 220 programs throughout the United States, Canada, and Europe. So fly fishing just seems to fit into that niche where a lot of people who may not be terribly comfortable going to the VA will get involved and start opening up because they're dealing with other people that can relate to their service.
That's so important.
Truly. I used to work for the VA, and this is not only much more fun, but in some cases I think more profitable in terms of therapy for the disabled.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, is there a cost for these men and women, I'm assuming, right?
Correct. We deal with not only disabled veterans, but anybody going through the VA process, anybody that gets services from the VA, and active duty who are going through the medical discharge process. And it's free. We truly love to have women participate. There's a real movement within fly fishing to get more women volunteers and participants. So it's kind of nice to see that grow because my wife is a disabled veteran, and neither one of us had picked up a fly rod until about 3.5 years ago.
Wow.
And now I'm the program lead, so.
Well, I mean, I've seen people out in their boats at Stillhouse and all that, but where around here do you do fly fishing? Because usually when you see the shows on fly fishing, there's this pristine river somewhere.
Yeah, good question. In Texas, that's a challenge.
I'll bet it is.
Everybody thinks of the movie The River Ran Through It, which has changed fly fishing exponentially over the course of the last 20, 30 years. But that's one of our greatest needs is access to either the rivers or the lakes. Any kind of fishing that anybody can do, we can do with fly fishing. I was on the coast probably 6 months ago, deep sea fishing for red snapper. So just different places have different.
I never would have thought of that. That's cool.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We caught our limit in about 20 minutes.
Ooh,
so
I should tell my husband.
Yeah, it's not very common. So our greatest need is access. A lot of the rivers like Lampasas, which is so close here, is all privately owned, and access is very limited. So
unless the owner himself decides to open his door to you, which leads me to my next question. If they want to contact someone from your organization, how would they do that?
They can call me, and I don't know if you want that information on the air or if you want to scroll.
Sure, go for it. If you don't mind it on the air, we don't.
No, it's Mike Hauser, Hauser, at Project Healing Waters, one word, .org.
Okay.
Or my cell phone number is 706-980-9366.
Awesome.
Or they can go through the national headquarters by just looking up Project Healing Waters, and there will be a list of programs, and they can scroll down through there and find me.
So projecthealingwaters.org, right? Yeah, that's awesome.
Correct.
That's awesome. Well, so that's one of your needs. What other kind of needs are you need right now?
Truly volunteers that have some experience, but like I said, I only started 3 years ago.
You'll teach them.
And I'm teaching classes already in rod building, and we have a lot of, each of the Project Healing Waters programs throughout the nation have a supporting agency, which is usually a fly fishing club of some sort. So our support comes from the San Gabriel fly fishers, and they come and teach classes for us and with us, and provide opportunities for us to go fishing. So
how often do y'all meet?
We meet first and third Tuesday of every month, from 1 to 3. And I'm trying to change that because I know a lot of people work during that time frame, so I'm trying to find an appropriate location to do some evening classes.
Okay.
So stand by for changes on that.
All
one.
right, all right.
But I didn't answer one of your questions, which was how much it costs.
Oh, that's true.
There's absolutely no cost.
Awesome.
Our national headquarters raises money, and for instance, right now, this period of time, we're doing a rod building competition, and all the rods and all the equipment that we need to build fly rods is supported by the Bob Woodward Foundation. You know, I think he was with CBS, the reporter from that was injured in, I think, Iraq. And his foundation provides all of that.
That's
for
wonderful.
Yeah, 800 rods does not come cheap.
No,
so,
no.
Yeah, they're very generous. So we are completely funded by private and other organizations that
and
are so inclined.
So if volunteers want to contact you, you've given us the info, and that includes people that want to volunteer their land with a river going through it. That would be awesome. There are a lot of wonderful, one thing I know about Central Texas, there are a lot of wonderful giving people. And so I'm really hopeful that because of this program, there's going to be some people contacting you and saying, yeah, I've got this cool river running through my ranch. That's awesome.
Yeah, just 2 months ago, we had a volunteer that gave us access to the Nolan Creek shortly after they stocked it. So it was wonderful.
So is this a nonprofit? So so I'm assuming you also take cash donations, and you can do that through the website as well?
Right.
Okay.
Or they can contact me. It's a 501c3, so it's a nonprofit, and we will give them credit for in-kind donations. So a young lady in California contacted me and wanted to find out how she could donate her father's fly fishing equipment.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
So people from places I've never even heard of contact us.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it
is.
is.
It's worth the time and the energy, I'm sure, that you put into it, just to see the healing that goes on in a person's heart and in his mind, as I know that's really a critical need right now with a lot of our military. So I personally appreciate what you're doing. Thank you so much.
You can't believe the number of people who have said, this program saved my life.
Oh, yes, I can.
Didn't expect that when I started. But
wow. Yeah, what an amazing testimony. That's beautiful.
Yes.
Well, I want to thank you for being here, Mike. It's been a pleasure meeting you. I'm going to not ask you the last question, was what's the difference between fly fishing and regular fishing? But probably for a fisherman, they don't need to know that anyway because they already know that. So
well, they'll learn it quickly
they
enough
will learn
if they
that.
contact
So if you're a
me.
regular fisherman, you'll teach them how to fly fish, right?
Correct.
Well, in the meantime, may the Lord continue to bless this ministry. I know He's doing a wonderful work in you and through you, and we appreciate you being here so much to help get the word out. And I hope everybody listening will go to their website, get an opportunity to give, get an opportunity to even get involved if you want to volunteer So in the meantime, I hope everyone out there has a wonderfully blessed day, and hope to see you again on the next Attention Central Texas.